All right, guys. Season 3 randomizer tournament, another ladder match. This is the third one of the day. We've seen Daigon go for some crazy gambles twice now. I'm definitely going to be looking out for what Daigon decides to do. We have a win from Talik earlier today. Godschild doing third race as well. Seeming very consistently third place both times out of the 4. And Jupiter hoping to see, honestly, all of these racers have shown themselves extremely competent today and that they're all playing well. It's just a matter of routing decisions and maybe a little bit of luck involved as well. So here we go. This is my first time ever doing this, guys. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Did you know? Still, if you're watching this on YouTube, less than 50% of the people that watch my videos actually are the ones subscribing. So I would recommend, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. There is tons more Soten content, randomizer content, tournament content coming in the next whole month. I'm doing a huge tournament organization on my stream live. If you're watching on YouTube and you want to get involved in the stream as well, follow the stream. I'm streaming Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as of right now. Sometimes on the weekends as well. And I imagine with so many people grinding out races, I might boot up stream randomly in the middle of the day because there's a huge race going on and I want to catch it live. So feel free to come by. You never know. Can we gamble points this race, please? You know what? Since you asked so nicely, not only are the players going to be gambling, we're going to be gambling. The issue is that I can't... It has to be a binary, right? So there's too many open-ended options right now for me to pick something early on. I'll wait and see until we have some more binary options like where's the last Vlad relic, or will we find a library card, stuff like that. So you got an idea? Hey, ASD, I'm willing to hear it. Let's hear it. Again, early part of the seed is pretty standard unless somebody gets a random drop that pushes them ahead. The first 5-ish minutes of the seeds are usually just pretty standard. You're just trying to get to outer wall and library as fast as possible, unless you find something along the way that gives you access to more parts of the castle. You guys started a poll. Interesting. You guys think Talik's taking the W, followed by Daigon, followed by Jupiter, followed by Godschild. I would say if we were to seed these competitors, that would be my seeding preference as well, so that makes sense. Remember to keep a tab open for your boy. This tournament is also a part of my partner push, so the more people that watch my stream, the more likely I'll be able to apply for partner and actually get it. And once I have partner, I have it for life. So you know how it is. I've been grinding the Twitch streaming stuff for quite a while now, and it would be nice to have a check mark next to my name as compensation for all the hard work. Yeah, after seeing that hard loss from Daigon last time, I would like to see Daigon squeak out a win as well. Seeing his hard gambling style in action is quite nice to watch. And as of right now, the person who is in the lead is actually Jupiter. Jupiter with the most consistent movement overall. And to be fair, this movement is very similar to the glitchless route so far. And Jupiter, second place runner in glitchless any percent as of right now. Former world record holder as well, so... Jupiter's got the movement and has the understanding of how to use Alucard's fists proficiently. I want to enter chat saying howdy, partner. Exactly. Also, fun fact, if you are watching this right now live on my stream, you are gaining MP. If you're chatting in the stream, you're gaining extra MP. And if you're subbed, you gain even extra MP. This is a great time to talk about it because Twitch doesn't want us to actually watch the video game. And that's MP that you could use during my Chaos streams, something I do every Monday, something you don't want to miss. They're a lot of fun, tons of chat interaction. Yeah, Twitch hates the fact that we're actually watching streams on their platform for whatever reason. So we'll switch over to Talik's perspective. Talik, again, nothing too crazy going on here. Very standard Saga and Gaibon fight, it seems like, from most of the competitors. You're going to be using Tetra Spirit to do tons of damage, also using your fists to round out the end of those fights there. If you get a purple screen, do you still get MP? I have no clue. Dude, I'm gonna have to look into finding a Twitch specific ad blocker or something, because I think this is only, I'm 90% sure these purple screens only show up because Twitch is trying to send an ad or something like that, but I could be wrong. Talk looking like a Chad gamer? Oh yeah, I would say so. I mean, all these gamers are Chad in their own way if you really think about it. Soten is just a community full of Chads at the end of the day, so Chad gamers doing Chad gamer things. And it looks like, yeah, Talik slightly taking a lead in movement right now. So that's always fun to see. Doing the check through the floor, you could actually check the relic through the floor. It's a little bit slower to do so, but it allows you to turn around if it's not something useful. And it's Heart of Vlad. Oh, library card. Wait, he got a library card drop off the doll and then immediately uses it? Holy God, what the? That's huge! That's literally the best place to find a library card. Oh, whatever's in the shop is gonna matter a lot right now. Jewel of Open's in the shop, but he doesn't have enough money to buy it. He's gonna have to grind for that Jewel of Open, and Duplicator's in the shop for 8K. If any of these competitors find like a diamond or something sellable, they can get that Duplicator. Oh my, this is huge. So the reason why I really like what Jupiter decided to do here, because that library card cuts out all of this. If you look at Talik's perspective, all of this movement up until Talik gets into the library, that is free time save. So even though he's technically behind because he doesn't have access to that Jewel of Open and whatnot, he still is saving time over all of this movement that Talik has to do. So if he finds a good relic in the outer wall, for example, that might actually push him into the lead. The other issue with doing this route early is that you are in the library and you have to deal with the books who have the tendency to try and knock you around and stuff like that. And the other issue is that he no longer has that library card to get back to the library to purchase the Jewel of Open. So he did what I would consider to be a very, very solid idea. It's just that it didn't work out in this case because of the randomness of the seed. He didn't have enough money to actually purchase the Jewel of Open. And on top of that, he's going to have to re-enter. Honestly, I don't know. I personally think I would have grinded out money. Grinded out some money before leaving. So the lead that he got from that library card is slowly shrinking. But on the plus side, that library card was a random drop. So that means that no matter what, his competitors, unless they also get that random drop, aren't going to be able to use that library card again. There's Bat. He's getting Bat first. He's getting Bat first. Oh, wait a minute. This changes things. Wait a minute. What a roller coaster of emotions, people. Oh my God. Okay. Big issue. Still doesn't have enough money. He should go back to the library. He should go back to the library with Bat. He should 100% go back to the library with Bat and make sure that he purchases Jewel of Open. Because if he does so, that means his library card is still going to save him time. He skips the fight with Doppelganger 10. He's getting Bat early. So that library card drop still ends up being huge, but he needs to go back to the library. Oh no. What is he doing? Wait, is he going for a big gamble here? Wait a minute. Oh, wow. Okay. So I don't necessarily agree with this, but this could be huge. I personally would go back to the library because I know how important Jewel of Open is for the rest of the castle. But holy crap, this could be big though. Having flight before all of the other competitors. The issue is that all the other competitors are likely going to purchase the Jewel of Open as well, because it's only 500 gold, and barring some crazy circumstances, I don't know if people are not going to have enough cash, because 500 is kind of a lot if you don't have a single gem to sell, but I don't know. I'm curious to see, because every other competitor is going to be getting the Bat Relic before entering library, so they're going to have access to an extra check as well. They're going to have access to the check for Fairy Card. Man. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to do all these other checks quickly, but it's just that the competition is going to have those checks at some point as well. But if there's something important behind Fairy Card or Jewel of Open, Jupiter is going to be behind because of it. So I'm going to wait and see We'll switch over to Talik's perspective because every other runner is basically taking the same route because none of them got the library card drop either. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. Gravity Boots, that's good for movement, but not necessarily great for progression. That doesn't necessarily help your game state. It will just help you move faster later on in the run. And still, Jupiter's low on MP too. So it's one of the issues of going back to the castle entrance early. Even if you have Bat, the issue is that the Wing Smash costs 8 MP and your total MP pool is probably like 20, no, maybe like 50 at most, which gives you access to like 5 Wing Smashes. So like, it's not a ton of Wing Smashes and you're stuck having to do a lot of backdash movement nonetheless, and the randomly spawning zombies are going to get in your way. So I usually prefer saving castle entrance for as late as possible, specifically so I could have enough MP, but sometimes the seed doesn't work out that way, so... What the fuck is Daigon doing? He got Bat and he's choosing to skip library? And go... Wait, is he skipping library? Is that what we're seeing? He's planning on coming back later. Maybe once he has mist? Dude, what the... Daigon, you're a psychopath! He's skipping library. This could be huge because the library, it has Jewel of Open. Oh, wait, Silver Ring. Where the fuck was Silver Ring? Was that, Wait a minute, what? Was Silver Ring at, because he might be going... It might be at, Fire of Bat. Because if Silver Ring is at Fire of Bat, that means... No, it wasn't. Where the fuck was Silver Ring? It was at Fairy Card. Oh, no. That makes me feel really, really bad for Jupiter, because Jupiter's missing out on Silver Ring, which is a possible required item. Daigon is doing the craziest thing I've ever seen, which is fully just leaving the library alone, even though the library has 3 checks available to him with Bat. 3 full checks that he's just skipping. Granted, we don't know if they're necessarily important or not, but... Oh, Talik is farming money using Wing Smashes? I don't agree with that. Just use Soul Steal. Yeah. So now Talik has to farm for a little bit of cash. Oh, Starlight, that could be a sellable. I would check that if I was Talik. I would check if that's a sellable. Does he just assume it's a sellable? Or does he know he has enough money right now to buy Jewel of Open? So it seems like all of the racers right now, none of them have enough money to buy the duplicator, but... You can't guarantee it's a sellable, and it's the worst kind of sellable, so he's only getting Jewel of Open. Is he checking the rest of the shop? Thank God he's checking the rest of the shop. Because he's going to find, if he keeps going, that there's a duplicator for 4K, or 8K, sorry. And he sees that, and he's like, damn, okay, maybe I might be able to come back and get that later. So, the knowledge of knowing there's a duplicator is huge, especially in a seed with early Bat. And I think there might even be Mana Prisms in the shop at somewhere in there. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he checked the ring prices. He maybe could have. Oh, you can go to the shop and check the sellables in the shop. That's so smart. Why don't I do that? If I go to the shop, just look at the sellable menu and then look at the names of the items and then try and remember if I see any of those names later on. That's so smart. You guys are so smart. That's such a big brain play because the shop is going to tell you what's a sellable and what's not by opening the sellable menu. Duh. Even if you don't have the items available. And that menu only takes like 2 seconds to open up, so that's pretty big. So as of right now, Talik, with a pretty sizable lead, I think, overall, it's all going to come down to what Daigon finds throughout the second castle here. Where did Skill of Wolf come from God's Child's perspective? I didn't notice him pick up Skill of Wolf, but also Jupiter with Skill of Wolf as well. Did anybody notice where Skill of Wolf was? Daigon's getting a few rings while checking the keep, so he's probably going to be able to buy the duplicator. That is true, especially if he finds another library card. It was in library? Where was it in library? I guess Talik skipped it? The green books. It was at Fairy Scroll? Interesting. I wonder... Oh, I guess Talik already had Bat, so he doesn't care. That makes sense. That makes sense. He already had Bat. So why would you pick up Wolf movement? Because in general, Bat movement, once you have it, is always going to trump Wolf movement in every scenario. So Spike Breaker early. I don't know. I mean, Talik is gaining. As you can see, he's going through Clock Tower now. So whatever lead that Daigon has from skipping the library is going to evaporate quite quickly. So I don't know. God's Child, I don't know how much money he has available to him, but it looks like he's going to the shop now for the first time, it seems like. Does he have any money? Oh, no, it's not for the first time. He farmed for that money. Never mind. Okay, so he knew. He bought Jewel of Open immediately. Okay. So as of right now, Talik and God's Child deciding to save up for the Jewel of Open immediately. And then the other two racers, Daigon and Jupiter, not getting the Jewel of Open. Jupiter getting a library card early and opting to use it early. Whereas Daigon decides to say, I don't need the library, I'll come back later, which is, that's some psycho shit. That's like, this is the craziest gamble I've ever seen, I think, in randomizer history. Because the library is dense, packed with relic checks. And this is the first time I think I've seen somebody in the outer wall and skip going to library. Yeah, I think it's possible that Jupiter, he got an Onyx, what seems to be an Onyx. If that's a decent sellable, basically the only way you're going to be able to afford the duplicator is with a an Opal or a Diamond. Opal and Diamond are the only two single sellables that are going to give you access to the duplicator drop, or you're going to need multiple gems. So, because 8K is honestly a pretty steep cost in a randomizer scenario. So we will see. Dude, everybody is in different places. This is the most spread out I think I've seen racers in quite a while. Like, so many different routes at this point. Jupiter, I think, is going to be the first to get to Auroch's quarters, so I'm kind of interested to see what he finds behind Auroch's and what he finds at Sword Card. Because I'm pretty sure Castle Keep is kind of a dud overall. Nothing important in Castle Keep relic-wise. And then Castle Entrance as well has gravity boots, but nothing interesting as far as progression goes. So, just a friendly side race now. We're doing tournaments all day, every day. Probably. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Again, throughout the entire month of August, my viewership, my average viewership for August is going to determine how much money I put in as a pot bonus as well. So if we're averaging that 75 viewership for August to apply for partner, that's another $75 added to the pot. If somehow we end up averaging 3,000 viewers throughout August, then I'm putting $3,000 into the pot. I mean, if that's the case, then fuck, man. Jupiter doesn't have any weapons. Did Jupiter skip Aurochs? Is that what happened? Or did I miss the fight? Yeah? Oh, I don't know, man. That's a kind of spooky situation, to be honest, because you can fight Aurochs fist only, and it's scary. You have to rely on spells, and you have to rely on a good first phase. But man, I don't like the idea of skipping Aurochs, because like it's not great to get back there. Even using the Aurochs teleporter is kind of slow, to be honest. So you were already there. I don't know. Maybe he's just hoping to find a weapon of some kind so he can teleport back. But so far, finding jack shit. The rest of the racers not really finding anything in the basic parts of the castle. I'm starting to believe that the catacombs is the key right now. The caverns and catacombs is likely the next place they need to go to find holy glasses or some form of progression. So, or it's behind Aurochs, because Aurochs is the only other relic location we haven't seen. So, if Aurochs is something big, there is a possibility Daigon finds it and is able to stay competitive, but Daigon not having Jewel of Open is really, really big. And Jupiter not having Jewel of Open and also not killing Aurochs is also kind of a really scary situation, so. Overall, it looks like we're just kind of waiting for the competitors to find something interesting here. Ring of Ares, that could be a sellable. Broadsword slices enemies. And increases strength overall. That's a Chrysogram. That's a Chrysogram plus a Moonstone, I believe. Yeah, that's Chrysogram. That's not Vorpal Blade. That's Chrysogram. If I was Jupiter, I would go back to fight Aurochs as soon as possible. So, and that's an item check because I believe Broadsword was in Chapel. Not everybody does the Chapel item checks. For example, I know Talik is not going to do those item checks. Those are item checks that Talik usually avoids. So that's a Chrysogram not every player is going to find. What are you doing, Daigon? Is Daigon skipping a potential silver or gold ring, or is he going the long way around? Oh, he's going the long way around. Thank God. I got so fucking scared. He just wanted to refill his MP. I thought he was skipping a fucking progression ring. Holy crap. This may throw Jupiter in the lead. We'll see. I don't feel confident that this gives Jupiter an edge just based off of combat proficiency because there's still so many relics that Jupiter needs. Specifically that Jewel of Open, I'm starting to think that Jewel of Open is going to matter a lot. So we're going to have to wait and see. And it seems like the other competitors have decent weapons as well. Daigon found something akin to an Alucard sword. I think Talik is using like a firebrand of some kind. So I'm waiting to see what God's Child is using for damage, but it looks like God's Child and Talik are basically neck and neck right now. I think they're very similar as far as what checks they've already done too. So that's pretty interesting. I don't know if God's Child is behind in a number of checks though. I haven't really been paying attention. He's hoping for Mist before Library. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like you don't want to do Library without Mist if you can get it all in one, but at this point, it's, Dagon, how do you... He's going to have to do Library at some point. Skipping those item checks makes sense. They're very, very slow on Daigon's screen. I think Daigon's going to be the first to actually fight Aurochs here, so I'm curious to see what's behind Aurochs. This could be the game changer. Because Aurochs, I believe, is the last relic that isn't in the caverns that we haven't seen yet, so... In my mind, this is Daigon's last chance for his gamble to pay off before he has to slowly make his way back to the library. However, he has the chance to possibly buy a duplicator, so maybe it works out for him. I don't know if the other competitors are going to be able to find a library card at all, so... Easy work of Aurochs here on Daigon's screen, using whatever that Alucard type sword deal is. It's doing a lot of damage, so having a sword that has a great hitbox and also hits multiple times quickly is very, very good. His defense is a little low. His defense is very low. He has to be careful here. Oh no, he got headshot. He's gonna die. Daigon, what are you doing? He has grape juice. He better hope that this is a big heal. 20? That's not bad. That gives him one extra chance to survive. But he's going to need to do like a soul steal or something big. Or just wing smash through him. Wing smash through. Yeah, save your MP for wing smashes. There it is. Oh my god, what a clutch fight. Took a second, opened his menu, said, I need to save myself. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Jupiter finds a Vlad relic. Jupiter was able to easily slice and dice Aurochs here using that Chrysogram that he found. And I don't know if the other players are going to be able to find it. So that is the second Vlad relic we found in the first castle so far. And I think every other competitor is basically on their way to do that. And I think with everything said and done, Jupiter needs to go to the library to buy Jewel of Open, because that's their last check available, I think. Oh, Jupiter never checked what was at Coliseum either, because Jupiter is missing the gold ring. Or, wait, or silver ring? Wait, where were the rings? Silver ring was at Fairy Scroll, never mind. And gold ring was at Coliseum. So I guess this comes... So we're going to see Holy Glasses come into play too. Yet another split from these players. That's crazy. So I'm guessing if you are Talik and God's Child, do you go fight Aurochs first and then check Holy Glasses? Or do you save split from here? Oh, I would have saved split from here. I would have done a save split. Oh, Talik heard me. Talik heard me. Talik literally has the stream open. He's stream sniping. That save split, I think, is a good idea. You save split to check Holy Glasses, and that guarantees that you don't get stuck at the clock room on a bad clock cycle. There it is. That's very, very smart. And now we're going to see what's at Holy Glasses, because you only do that save split if you plan on going to Holy Glasses first. So he's planning on going to Holy Glasses first. Yep. This could be big. Holy Glasses could be vanilla Holy Glasses, all things considered. That's honestly what I think it might be. Oh, does he not? So he, okay. So Jupiter checked Colosseum, but didn't grab the ring for whatever reason. So if something big is at Holy Glasses, that could be a very, very bad sign for Jupiter. Because it seems like every other competitor will at least have the option to have both rings, because Daigon's going to find the silver ring in library right now. Daigon, we also need to check in and see how much money he has to see if he buys the duplicator. So I'm going to keep an eye on Daigon in the bottom right here, because what he finds in the library and how much money he has could be big for this race. Oh, I'm actually, right now, Jupiter is in the library right now, and I think Jupiter bought the duplicator. I think Jupiter has so much money. He definitely bought the duplicator. Okay, so Jupiter's the first to get a duplicator. If I'm Jupiter, I literally get the duplicator and nothing else, so. All right, now I'm putting my focus on Talik here. What does he find? This could be big. It's a Vlad relic. Holy shit, Jupiter, no! No! That's so bad! Oh my god, Jupiter. Oh no. No. That's bad. That's very, very bad. Now, if I'm Talik, does he now go fight Aurochs? Yeah, he does. He does. He's checking Aurochs before going to the caverns, which makes sense because you want to check Aurochs in case it is Merman statue up there or something else that could help you in the caverns, mostly Merman statue. Alternatively, you might be afraid to go to fight Aurochs because you want to find Mist before Aurochs so that you can bind Aurochs with Silver Ring. But Silver Ring's not that far out of the way, but the caverns are very, very far out of your way. So I think this is technically the most efficient route, to fight Aurochs first in case it's Merman statue in Aurochs' quarters somewhere, and then going back into caverns. So maybe he'll come back after Mist. I honestly don't know what's going on with Jupiter here, because I don't see a world where Jupiter realizes that he passed up Gold Ring because the sprites are randomized. He might not realize that that's a progression item, because that's not supposed to be an item. If you see an item in that location particularly, it has to be a progression item. The only places where you will find an item that's randomized that might not be a progression item is behind boss doors. Specifically the guarded logic locations, which of all of the bosses, there's only 5, which is behind Scylla, behind Grand Falloon, behind Beelzebub, behind CV3 Trio, and behind Doppelganger 40. Those 5 locations, if you find an item there, it doesn't necessarily have to be a progression item, but every other location, if you find an item, it has to be a progression item due to the logic of this game. So yeah, Jupiter knows that the sprites are randomized, so either Jupiter forgot or is just banking on not having to go to the Holy Glasses. I don't know what's going on in his head. That's very scary. That's all I'll say. It's very, very scary if you're a fan of Jupiter trying to finish here. So the fact that it's a Vlad relic makes it so much scarier, dude. So much scarier. And right now we know of 3 different Vlad relics, and the first to get all 3 that we know of is going to be Talik here as soon as he clears the fight with Aurochs. So, and there it is. Talik, I would say, probably the most comfortably in the lead, followed by God's Child. To be honest, so Wait, possibly it might be Daigon instead. Right now, actually, now that I'm looking at Daigon's perspective, Daigon is likely going to do Holy Glasses before going to the caverns, unless he's doing another big gamble. And God's Child is about to get the last Vlad relic that he needs that we know about behind Alrox. So depending on the Alrox fight and depending on the movement from Daigon is going to determine a lot about who's actually in the lead between God's Child and Daigon. And I'm curious to see what happens here. Yeah, Talek needs to... Oh, because also on top of that, yeah, you need to check what's behind Silver Ring. Or sorry, Sword Card. Okay, if Daigon goes down here, this could be bad. Oh, Daigon's going down. He's foregoing checking Holy Glasses until later. This could end up not being that big of a deal if he's able to check Holy Glasses in a reasonable manner. But if he's assuming that there's nothing at Holy Glasses and he just doesn't want to go there because it's kind of out of your way, this could end up being big too. Or is he doing a save split of some kind to check Holy Glasses? Oh, he's doing a big save split. Okay, so this is losing him probably like 20, 30 seconds worth of time and load time and stuff like that. But that save split's not that bad. Honestly, genuinely, that save split's not that bad. I would put it up there similar to the same save split that you do in the second castle to go to creature. So it's similar in my mind to the standard creature save split. So it's actually not that bad. That's actually like that's the opposite of a gamble. That's like hedging your bets here. So you actually love to see it from Daigon here. Daigon going for the safe strategy over the flashy strategy. So as of right now, Talek is on his way to the caverns right now, and soon God's Child will be following him, and Daigon will be following him as well, because Daigon is getting the Holy Glasses, which is going to be a Vlad relic, and then entering the caverns. So far, the first to enter the caverns, we're going to have a little bit of extra knowledge, is going to be Jupiter Climb. Jupiter Climb is in the caverns first, and hasn't found anything of significance outside of the Holy Glasses. I'm not sure where those Holy Glasses were, but I will keep an eye out for that as Talek enters the caverns soon. It was at Succubus? Thank you. Now, this has happened before, where you get Holy Glasses at Succubus, which is the very, very first relic location you check in the caverns, so long as you have flight. And that can end up screwing you up, because the rest of the caverns could be bullshit. Oh, it's Vanilla Merman statue. That's actually really inconvenient. Vanilla Merman statue means you're going to have to go all the way back up the waterfall, all the way to where the Holy Symbol check normally is. So that's a very far trek just for a singular relic check. It's probably like 2-3 minutes. Better than Merman at Demon? I disagree. I think Demon's technically closer. I think Demon is technically closer than going up the waterfall here with no MP, personally. But they're about the same, probably, if you really think about it. Damn. I actually just want to see Talek's reaction, because this same exact situation happened yesterday in a race where Succubus had the Holy Glasses, and then the last two Vlad relics were just in the second castle, so. And you could save split next to Cerberus, that as well, yeah. So I think Demon card ends up being better because of that. Daigon is short. Wait a minute. Daigon's catching up. Wait a minute. Now that I'm looking at it, Daigon is right behind Talek, and somehow God's Child decides to go to Castle Keep because God's Child hasn't done Castle Keep yet. Oh my god. Okay, Talek gives the little motion seeing Holy Glasses here. This is where the early second castle can come into play, because the rest of Caverns is available to Talek. Every part of Caverns and Catacombs is available to Talek with just the Bat Relic. However, it's possible that the entirety of the Caverns and Catacombs is all bait. It's possible that it's all bait, so it's going to be a little bit scary to decide, because right here, Daigon gets Holy Glasses, and he's a wild card. He might decide to go to second castle right now. That's an option that's available. And the second castle has a lot of relics available, and those relics that you get are on the way to the final room where you fight Dracula, which is one of the reasons why I think a second castle route can end up being extremely efficient in some cases. Daigon shaking his head. He doesn't know what to do. This is honestly the key turning point in this seed. If there is another Vlad relic left in the first castle and all these competitors decide to stay in the first castle, that's great. But if someone decides to go to the second castle early, someone like Godchild, who I think, yeah, Godchild has all of the relics that we know of in the first castle. So, or if Daigon decides to say fuck it, you know. Merman statue decided, or turned out to be nothing, right? Or sorry, holy symbol turned out to be nothing. I wasn't 100% paying attention to the perspective here for Jupiter climb. Oh, it was just Wolf? Damn. Wolf is an amazing relic to find, but it just depends on when you find it. If everybody already has Bat, and Bat is at a location that's like super easy to find, it's not going to be that great to find Wolf at that point. Unless you're trying to do Requiem strats where you use the Wolf transformation to stop your momentum during a wing smash. This bad boy bites. Yeah, I knew that Godchild didn't have the holy glasses, but the next place that Godchild is going to be the catacombs and caverns and stuff. So he'll be the next to find holy glasses. So he'll be the first or the last chance to see one of these competitors decide to do early second castle. Shaking his head for Merman statue. Interesting. I wonder why Talek feels happy about finding Merman statue there. Or maybe he just expected it. Interesting. What? Okay. So far, a lot of converging routes here into the caverns. I'm curious to see what ends up happening for the rest of the catacombs. I guess to get better, like the person who is on a similar route and is the farthest in is going to be Jupiter here. Jupiter missing a Vlad relic compared to the other competitors, but this is the route that the rest of the competitors are going to be taking. I saw a Marcel sprite there, but if you're Jupiter, you already have Chrysogrim or a Chrysogrim type weapon and some decent stat boosts. You don't really need to stop for finding a better weapon, honestly. Oh, plus a duplicator and mana prisms. I forgot that Jupiter found the duplicator and somewhere along the way also found mana prisms. So that's actually kind of big. Talek doesn't have the duplicator. I know Daigon has the duplicator and Godchild all have the duplicator. And the only person that's really able to make use of the duplicator is Jupiter, who also found a mana prism somewhere. So we'll see what ends up happening here. That's nothing. That's literally nothing. Yeah. If you find a use item there, it means that it's nothing. So, like I said, if you find an item behind Grand Falloon, it isn't guaranteed to be a progression item. So, Talek, if you see in the bottom middle, is on his way to check what's at Holy Symbol. As we know, it is not anything important for progression. On the bottom right, we're seeing Godchild finally going into Succubus and is going to find the Holy Glasses. And I'm interested to see if he decides to go to the second castle from here. It's kind of a big risk if you decide to do it, but he's the last person to possibly do it this early in the seed. And it could make a big difference because we don't know if there's any more Vlad relics left in the first castle. In fact, the only place that there could be a Vlad relic left that we don't know about is going to be right here behind Spikebreaker. So we're going to have to wait and see. Godchild picks up the Holy Glasses, and we're going to have to wait and see what he does with it. And doing some item checks, okay. Maybe looking for another library card. That's not a bad idea. Library cards are worth a lot here, since you have a duplicator. But so far, no library cards. All All right, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. If it's a Vlad relic, this could be big. It's nothing. There's literally nothing in the catacombs. Yet again, the correct play was to go to the second castle early and skip all of the catacombs, but these players will not know that for a little while. If anybody decides to say screw it and go to the second castle, they're going to have a big advantage. The biggest issue with all of this is that Jupiter has this knowledge, but is missing a Vlad relic because they never picked up the gold ring, which is so sad. Oh, you hate to see it. Unless somehow Jupiter figures out the gold ring situation, Jupiter's completely lost on this one. It's so hard to come back from this because that's a Vlad relic that is likely just going to be sitting there the entire seed without Jupiter realizing it. Because at this point, I don't see Jupiter going anywhere else except immediately to the second castle. Which sucks because Jupiter is so far ahead but doesn't even realize it. Only if they had that extra Vlad relic. Jupiter is playing this so well except for the one mistake of not getting that gold ring. Somehow, some way, not realizing that that was a progression item or what. Or just choosing to skip it, saying, Holy Glasses isn't that important, maybe. But Holy Glasses, in this seed in particular, being extremely important. Unfortunate. So I think with all of this in mind, I mean, we can watch Jupiter's perspective to see where the next couple of Vlad relics are going to be in the second castle. Because I guess there's still some possibility of doing some gambles. Because I think this is a full clear first castle for everybody except for Jupiter, right? Because everybody's done. We'll at least have the option to do Merman Statue / Holy Symbol. Wait, is Gothschild going straight to the caverns and skipping? Oh, that's pretty big. Wait, Gothschild is going, or he did a save split. But he's skipping checking Holy Symbol, it seems like. So that could be pretty big. Or he did a big save split and I just missed all of it. That's also an option. Again, it's kind of hard to keep track of all four competitors' point of views, but right now, to me at least, it seems like most likely to be in the lead right now is Talik, specifically due to the fact that he is checking everything, and that's ending up working out for him. The issue, though, is Daigon does have a duplicator, but he's not given the chance to really use it yet because he doesn't have that Mana Prism. If he finds a Mana Prism somewhere, I think he'll end up edging it out over Talik. I have no clue where that Mana Prism that Jupiter found was, but that is pretty big alongside the duplicator. Do item check on the heading to the catacomb in the nook where you can soft lock. Oh wow, yeah, that's a very common check though. I'm surprised these players didn't find it then. That's a very common check. I guess they chose to skip it because it didn't look like an important item. But that's the thing about Mana Prisms is they can look like any potion type item. So, dude, yeah, Gothschild literally just skipped it. He just went into the room and then left, not knowing that that was a Mana Prism. Wow. Crazy. Where was the ring that Jupiter left behind? It was at Colosseum. And I don't think Jupiter has a library card at all. Unless Jupiter finds one somewhere in the second castle. There are some easy item checks you can do in the second castle. So, but the issue is like Jupiter's only chance is to do a full clear of the second castle, hope that the last Vlad relics are late in the second castle, and then realize, oh shit, wait a minute, I need to find Gold Ring, and it's somewhere that I've literally already checked. That's the hardest part. It's a place that he's already checked. But for whatever reason decided not to pick it up. So it's not going to show up on his tracker anymore because he's already been there and already checked it. It's honestly like a very sad scenario because there's no world without... If I was in the same exact situation that Jupiter is in, there's no way I would know. There's no way that I would remember. I would just assume that the seed was broken. I would assume that the seed just never spawned me a gold ring. I would assume that before assuming anything else. Mist may lead him back to the first castle as well. That is true. I forgot. So this isn't technically a full clear. I thought for whatever reason this was a full clear of the second castle, but you're right. Mist is still on the table somewhere. That is a possibility, yeah. For the silver ring check and the bat card check. So that could lead him back to the first castle, and that might be what he needs to stay competitive in this race. Because I know the other competitors, depending on how they're feeling as far as like what kind of gambles they want to take, could change the outcome of these races quite drastically, to be honest. What's up, Rabu? Oh, that's a Vlad relic. Tooth of Vlad. Let's go. Tooth of Vlad at Akhmadon. So we know that there's an early Vlad relic for people that are entering the second castle and decide to go to the right first, which is pretty much the common sentiment here. Getting shut down by Twitch because Twitch doesn't like the fact that we're using multi-stream here to see multiple competitors' perspectives at the same time. Twitch, if you just made your own, I would watch that. But for whatever reason, Twitch doesn't want us to enjoy the platform that they've created. Whatever. Wait just a minute here. Talik. The two players that I would say are actually in the lead right now. Oh, he found the Mana Prism. Oh my god. Wait, when did he find the Mana Prism? Daigon found a Mana Prism. That's how he's able to catch up. Oh my god, that might be the deciding factor. Daigon has a duplicator and a Mana Prism, and Talik does not. But Talik has been in the lead basically this entire time, and they've done the same amount of checks at this point. So the big difference now is going to come down to movement, and a duplicator and a Mana Prism in the second castle, it's got to save you like 2 minutes on movement alone. So it's going to come down to Daigon's execution to take advantage of the fact that he has all the tools he needs to go fast in the second castle here. And it's also going to come down to whether or not the missed gamble comes into play. So it all depends on where the next Vlad relic is in the second castle. Because I imagine both Talik and Daigon are going right first. They're going to be doing the Darkwing Bat into Medusa into Akhmadon route. I don't think anybody's going to go creature first unless somebody's smoking some dank fucking crack or something like that. So, oh god, don't give me the purple fucking scream of death right now. Oh, the other thing that Daigon has advantage over is damage. Because I'm looking on Talik's screen right now. Talik struggled with Darkwing Bat there, using a sword and having to resort to using Bible, sub-weapon. Where Daigon, on the other hand, he just has freaking throwing stars. Throwing stars do tons of damage. You just mash the button and do crazy amounts of damage. So this is getting pretty wild, if I don't say so myself. Daigon, oh, Form of Mist is at trio. Form of Mist is at trio. We just saw it if you're looking in the bottom center. For Jupiter Klein's perspective, Jupiter is technically the farthest in the second castle, but is unfortunately stuck not knowing that he is kind of screwed when it comes to Vlad relics because he's missing a Vlad relic that's left in the first castle. And he's not going to know it until he's full cleared the second castle. So, in a really weird, twisted fate here, Jupiter is kind of our scout for what to look forward to into the second castle. Meanwhile, the people who are actually in the lead are going to be Talik, followed by Daigon, and shortly followed by Godschild. Godschild keeping things competitive. I think Godschild also has the duplicator, but no Mana Prisms. I'm not 100% sure if he ended up finding the Mana Prism. Dude, they're in the same room. Daigon and Talik are in the same room. He's already caught up, and just like this, boom, just like that. The duplicator is what it takes to do extra damage over Talik. And now Daigon's in the lead. Within the first two bosses, being in the lead like that is freaking huge. This is a massive lead that Daigon might be able to stretch out over the entirety of the race. All because he skipped library. He freaking skipped going to the library. Which is one of the most, like, relic dense places. He skipped it, waited to go there later, banked on having more, at least having, like mist or something before going there. And he still ended up, like, cashing out. Cashing out with a duplicator that he bought because he had more money than Talik did. Talik knows that a duplicator exists in the seed, but he didn't have enough money at the time to buy it. And this is where things get kind of spicy if you're watching Daigon's perspective, because he's going to find the second to last Vlad relic right here. We don't know. As competitors, we don't know where the last Vlad relic is. In fact, this is a great time for a prediction if you're here, chat. Where's the last Vlad relic? We're going to look to see if it is in first or second castle. I'll give you guys a minute. If you want to get some extra channel points, you're going to have to vote, or not vote, but gamble right here, right now. Not only are the players going for gambles live on this stream, the people here chatting live also get to gamble. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're like, damn, that kind of sounds fun, I want to gamble fake points that don't actually mean anything, you could be watching this live. Twitch.tv/DragonsBlitz. I stream 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and possibly bonus streams on the weekends if I'm feeling like it. So, and I imagine throughout this tournament, I'm going to be hyped to be doing some bonus streams and watching some high-level races, especially on the weekends, because some of these competitors might be able to race more on the weekends than during the weekday. So, just throwing that out there. I'm going to be streaming a lot. You might want to watch. And again, this is all part of the Partner Push August that I am going for. I am trying to get a higher average viewership in August, specifically 75 viewers or higher, so I can apply for partner because I want a purple check mark next to my name. That's basically it. He's lying to YouTube. They mean everything. Hey, these channel points, they do allow you to transfer channel points into MP, and then you could use that MP to affect my game during Chaos playthroughs. I do Chaos every Monday, so if you are stacking up MP or channel points, you could stack up on MP as well. So, and right now it seems like nobody's really has an advantage right now. Wait, Daigon skipped trio. Daigon's going straight to creature. Skipping. Did he skip Beelzebub as well? I don't remember. But he skipped trio. Did he forget to go to trio? Dude, I've forgotten to go to trio before. It just slips your mind because they're the most recent addition to the randomizer repertoire. And if you have muscle memory of skipping trio from season 2 before they were added, oh, this could be big. This could be big. He skipped trio, which has missed, which is a potential to be required for the seed. But if it turns out that mist isn't required, then Daigon is only cementing his lead here by skipping them, whether it's on purpose or on accident. Dude, Daigon he's gambling hard, so. There's only 2 places left in the first castle for did you guys not vote or gamble? Or did it go through? It's split pretty 50-50. You guys did gamble. You did gamble. Sorry. It's split 50-50 right now. I guess it was just lagging on my screen. 48% think it's in the first castle, and 52% think it's in the second castle. The second castle technically has more opportunities for it to be, because I think all that's left in the first castle that we don't know about is Silver Ring and the Bat location, which is locked behind Mist. So we will see. We will see. It closed super fast. Oh, okay. Next time I'll make sure that the prediction stays open longer. My bad, my bad. Daigon is flying right now, yeah. Lagless stairs from Talik, yep. Proficient movement from Talik, you know, we fully expect it from him at this point. Honestly, the movement alone is going to matter a lot, but at this point, I think it comes down more to do with relic checks. Where people decide to check for relics. Daigon, please just transform into Bat. Please. Daigon. Oh my god. I guess if you waste so much time bonking in the same spot for 40 seconds, then maybe movement will matter. But in my mind, it seems like what really matters here is mostly just the route that you take in the second castle and when you decide to go back to the first castle. Oh. Daigon could die here if he's not careful. If he gets poisoned by Doppelganger, and he screws up the infinite on Doppelganger 40 is not super duper free when you have Duplicator, but he ends up clutching it out. It's fine. Talik is also struggling with with Beelzebub right now. Oh, he just took 104 damage. He might die. Talik needs to collect himself, find what he needs to stay alive here. He's poisoned. Hot Roast only gave him 22 damage. That's not enough. Oh no, 11, that's not enough. One hit is still going to kill him. He needs to figure out something, some way to 50-50. Okay, there you go. There you go. That's enough damage. Okay. The thing that sucks about being poisoned in this scenario is the fact that you don't regain MP over time when you're poisoned. It's so bad. He's going to have to do the dive kick off of the flies strat, which is honestly kind of risky. Let's see him if he's going for it. Is that enough? Oh, that's one hit. That's one hit. I think he's like one hit away. He got poisoned again. That fucking sucks. Oh my god. If I'm Talik, I'm fucking livid right now. He's getting fucking trolled. He doesn't have enough MP. He's not going to gain MP over time. It's a do or die situation. He has to get a perfect dive kick off these flies because he's not going to regain MP while he is poisoned. And he can't leave the room either. Oh my god, he had a Topaz Circlet this whole time. He could have been healing from poison damage and avoided getting poisoned. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Wow. Eye of Vlad is at death? Oh, that's the last Vlad relic. Wow. Jupiter doing a save split of some kind? After death, after finding the last Vlad relic, wow. Well, there's the prediction over. So, Mist ends up not mattering. Damn. Second Castler's winning big. I mean, it was the statistically correct choice, but damn. Talik is still fighting! Still fighting for his life! Daigon. I think Daigon has this in the bag right now. Yeah, he's on his way to collect the last Vlad relic right now. Talik, don't look away from the screen! What are you doing? Oh no. Talik can still get second here, possibly, but he's gonna need... There it is. Oh my god, he clutches it out just barely. What a shit show of a fight. Oh my god, that was... All for a fucking familiar card. If I'm Talik, I'm just hoping Talik keeps collected enough to continue on, because he's still technically on pace for second place here. Unless... Wait a minute, what? What is Jupiter doing? Jupiter's back in the second... Wait, Jupiter's back in the first castle because he's skipping Galamoth. He's going to be checking the missed locations, I think. Daigon has all 5 Vlad relics, and Daigon is pretty much, unless he dies somewhere along the way, he is guaranteed first place here, and we are now looking for a fight for second. And at this rate, Talik's on his way, but he's kind of far. He has to go all... Knowing Talik, he's going to do the creature save split, and he's going to do all of the inverted caverns, which is 3 different location checks, or 2 different location checks. And then he's going to find the last Vlad relic. God's Child is behind as well, doing a similar route to Talik. Depending on what God's Child decides to skip is going to determine how fast he completes. If he skips going to creature, there's a chance that he might overtake Talik here. But I'm more concerned with what is Jupiter going to do? You came here from YouTube? Ryagoru is maybe how you say that? Oh, welcome. I love seeing new faces in here from the YouTube channel. I'm glad you guys are able to catch this exciting randomizer race live. And I guess just to give credit where credit is due, Daigon completely bustering out the last race that we just saw, coming back hard with one of the craziest gambles I've ever seen. With skipping the library and saving it for later, which is something that I don't think I've ever seen a competitor ever do in the history of Soten randomizer races. Most of the time you want to go to the library fast, so that's crazy. And it paid off big, because he found all the Vlad relics before everybody else. So Without further ado, this is a victory lap for Daigon. Sub-hour-ish? About an hour? That's a good time. That's a good time, especially for a seed like this. It was an early bat seed, but then there was a lot of confusion about where to go afterwards. A lot of red herrings throughout the seed. I understand where you're coming from, Sapo, but I mean, it's just, you know, people experience different levels of emotion in different ways. It happens. I've gotten very mad at this game before too, so I don't hold it against him. I've literally thrown... This is the only game I've ever thrown a controller over. Literally the only video game in the entire planet Earth that I've ever thrown a controller over. Yeah, this game can be very, very frustrating, especially like Beelzebub. Oh, please, please, Daigon. Please, Daigon, stop throwing. Oh, thank God, time. Sub-hour. GG's. Daigon. That... Gotta give me a heart attack right before the end, of course. Right before the end. Jeez. What a freaking psychopath. But hey, it works. A W is a W, man. GG's. Hello? There it is. Sorry. Just fixing my audio settings a little bit. Sub-hour is very pog. GG's. GG's. Now, let's take a moment to collect ourselves. That was quite hype, don't get me wrong. I loved it. But we still got the fight for second here, because these are ladder matches. Sometimes getting first is nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not what it's all about. It's about finishing consistently. Oh, no! Wait! He's getting the last Flood Relic! Wait! He went back! Wait, Jupiter! When did this happen? He figured it out! He figured out that he was missing the last, the gold ring. Did he remember? Did he store that away in his memory this whole time? He's about to find the last Vlad relic. Wait a minute. Oh no, and God's Child is doing the gamble. He's going back to the first castle with Mist. Oh no! This is a race to see if Talik can get to Death, kill Death, and get back to the castle entrance or the center of the second castle before Jupiter gets this relic and goes back. I thought Talik was a shoo-in for second, but all of a sudden something clicked for Jupiter to go back to check. Does he assume that you need Mist to get the Colosseum check? You know you could just fight Minotaur and Werewolf, Jupiter. You didn't have to give me a heart attack. Oh my god. To be fair, Jupiter would have won this race if he just did this earlier. Jupiter literally would have won this race. Oh my god. Vols, thank you so much for the subscription for tier 1. That is extremely kind of you. Much appreciated. And just like that, we're only one away from completing our sub goal, guys. It's right. Ah, the classic. Oh my goodness. He was fun to race last night, yeah. No, Jupiter's a beast at this game, man. Don't sleep on Jupiter. Jupiter's just a Castlevania. Oh, and of course, Slow the Demon with a subscription as well. Holy crap. Let me update the sub count for you guys live on air using the sub command. And it just needs to tabulate. Oh, it hasn't updated for Twitch yet. Okay. As soon as it updates for Twitch, I'll update it for you guys and show you guys where we're at for the sub goal. Yeah, the fact that the statue moved out of the way as soon as he left the room is like, it's like a gift from God at that point. Like, this is literal, whatever deity you pray to showed up and handed you the win. Because, like, if he had to wait at the clock tower, that could have given Talik enough time. Wait a minute! Talik! Oh, wait, Talik, he moved a lot faster than I thought he would. He's already got the second... This is a... Ooh, I don't know who's going to get there first. I think it's technically going to be Talik. Because Talik is entering the teleporter right now, whereas Jupiter has to go to the second castle and then teleport. I think Talik has got this, and unless something crazy happens. Wait, but Talik doesn't have the DPS. Talik might have to 2 or 3 cycle Dracula. So this is going to be very, very close. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then poor God's Child got baited by the missed check. Holy crap, this is insanely close, guys. Again, thank you guys all for watching and for the support and for the subs. This would be a very big second place. Oh, Daigon, thank you for the sub as well. Dude, Hype Train, let's go. If Jupiter gets the second place finish, this is going to be huge for him because that's a lot of elo that you can consume from Talik here. Because Talik is second on the boards right now with like 1400 elo, and Jupiter is slightly below. So if Jupiter's able to technically take this win, it's going to be big. Ziggy, thank you for the gifted sub. You guys have been amazing today. Oh, what a perfect song for this race, dude. Who's it going to be? Jupiter, you need to spend as little time in your menus as possible, man.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. What?
22 bits. What does Talik have? What is he looking for? He's looking for his best weapon. He's looking for his best DPS possibility. And he's going to need it, because I think if he does anything worse than a 1 cycle on Dracula, it's over. I think he needs the 1 cycle Dracula, because with Duplicator and Throwing Stars, Jupiter should, emphasis on should, get a 1 cycle Dracula, and that saves about 40 seconds. And right now, looking at the timer, it looks like Jupiter's only about 40-ish seconds behind. And that's just on the cycle alone. If it takes more than 2 cycles, it might be over. Talik doing the smart thing, maybe saving? No full save. He's fine with just betting it all here, which is fine. Talik is competent enough. There's like a less than 1% chance he dies here to Dracula. So, unless something horrible happens. Also, the Shaft fight, how quickly he's able to kill Shaft is going to matter too. I think Jupiter's got this, dude. I think Jupiter's got this. Imagine using the only MP without dupe. Is that what happened to you, Daigon? Jupiter got purpled. It's fine. It's going to take... Oh, God. We're not going to know who's in the lead for the next 10 seconds, guys. Oh, no. It's Talik. Talik's taking damage. He has Power of Mist. Stop being stubborn and use Power of Mist. Talik, use Power of Mist. Soul Steal. Yes, okay. Soul Steal is essentially a full heal right now. Oh, he was about to get hit out of his Soul Steal health animation. He's still technically in the lead. Oh, no, but he's oh, no. Jupiter has Chrysogram. Jupiter has Chrysogram, guys. I don't believe. I don't think Talik can 1 cycle. Nobody's using dupe. Jupiter was using dupe for a while, but he has a Chrysogram. I think he's using Chrysogram with a Throwing Star right now. Talik never had enough money. Oh, this is going to be big. You need to 1 cycle here, Talik. You need to 1 cycle. Oh, no, getting hit. Oh, this is going to be close. It's not a 1 cycle. Oh, there it is. Jupiter finished. And it wasn't a 1 cycle. Jupiter finishes with a 107.23. Damn. GG's. And I think Talik has got this in the bag unless he gets really stubborn and doesn't use Power. Talik, just please, for the love of God, use Power of Mist. Oh my goodness. Was able to read the hand swing properly there because he was kind of in the center. If Talik dies here, that's probably a forfeit. Knowing Talik, oh, there it is, time. GG's. Holy crap. That was honestly way, way, way closer than I thought. The absolute clutchness of Jupiter to find the last Vlad Relic, I completely discounted Jupiter ever finding that Vlad Relic. Honestly, I thought it was over. I didn't think Jupiter was going to be able to find it. That is absolute insanity. Wow. Photo finish, yep. Where was Chrysogram? It was in Chapel. It was the Chapel Bell checks. One of the Chapel Bell checks. Fuck randomizer. Yep. When you watch that one back, you're going to be very mad, Talik. You're going to be very mad.